All right, let's talk about one of the biggest, and I mean literally the biggest mysteries in all of science. It's basically a detective story on a cosmic scale, and the title really says it all. A whopping 95% of our entire universe is, well, it's missing.
You know the feeling, right? You step outside on a clear night, you look up, and you just get hit with this sense of awe. It's this incredible, huge expanse of darkness, just sprinkled with what looks like countless little points of light.
And what are you actually looking at? Well, you're seeing all the familiar stuff. You see the stars that make up the constellations, maybe you catch a glimpse of a planet like Mars or Venus, and, if you've got a good telescope, you can see entire galaxies, these beautiful, swirling collections of light millions of light years away.
But here's where the plot takes a wild turn. All of that stuff, every single star, every planet, every galaxy, everything that shines or reflects light, it turns out that's not the main story. It's barely even the preface.
All of it adds up to only 5% of what's actually out there. That's it. Everything humanity has ever seen, ever charted, ever pointed a telescope at, it's just a tiny, tiny fraction of the whole cosmic pie.
So this forces us to face a pretty shocking reality. We're working with a completely incomplete picture of our own universe. And this chart really puts it all into perspective. See that tiny little sliver? That 5%? That's the visible universe. That's you, me, the Earth, the sun, all the stars, everything. The other 95%, that massive chunk labeled the dark universe, is the great big unknown we're just now starting to grapple with.
So the main takeaway here is that the huge majority of our universe is made of stuff that is totally invisible to us. It doesn't shine, it doesn't reflect light, it doesn't interact with our instruments in any of the ways we expect.
Okay, so if this is a cosmic mystery, every good mystery needs some suspects, right? Well, scientists have given our two main culprits a couple of placeholder names. It's kind of like they're just naming their own ignorance until they can finally figure out what's going on.
And I really want to stress that term, placeholder. These names aren't actual descriptions of what these things are. They're more like labels you'd slap on a case file that is very, very much still open.
So let's meet our two primary suspects in this cosmic whodunit, dark matter and dark energy. Together, these two mysterious things are what we think makes up that missing 95% of the universe. Now this obviously raises a giant question. If we can't see this stuff, how in the world do we know it even exists? Well, it turns out there is one single, really powerful clue that gives the whole game away. Gravity.
I mean, think about how hard this is. We are hunting for something that's completely invisible. We can't scoop up a sample of it, and it doesn't send out any kind of light or signal that our telescopes can pick up. It's like the ultimate cosmic ghost.
So what's the evidence? How can scientists be so sure about something that's totally hidden from us? The answer is actually a lot simpler than you might think.
It's gravity. We can't see this dark stuff directly, but we can see what it does. We see galaxies spinning so incredibly fast that, based on the gravity of the stars we can see, they should have ripped themselves apart billions of years ago. But they don't. Something invisible is adding extra gravitational glue, holding them all together. And that's our first huge clue. And believe it or not, that one clue, gravity, that's pretty much all we have to go on. And it opens the door to a whole universe of profound, unanswered questions that scientists are just racing to solve. First, the most basic question of all, what actually is this stuff? Is it some new kind of particle we haven't discovered yet? Is it something else so bizarre we can't even imagine it? We just don't know. Next up, where did it all come from? Was it created in the Big Bang along with everything else we know? And if so, why is it so totally different from the 5% of matter that we're made of? And this might be the most frustrating question of them all. If this stuff makes up 95% of everything, then it has to be all around us right now. So why is it so slippery? Why can't our most sensitive detectors on Earth get a lock on even a single particle? The answer to that question isn't just going to solve a mystery. It could totally rewrite our entire understanding of reality itself.